Look, just make your do your grinder hookups with smoke signals. Just light a fire in your backyard, put a blanket over it, collect the smoke. I don't know. Just do something. I don't know. Anyway, look, these people pose an existential threat to all life. And, we need to understand and recognize this. What we're dealing with right now is a combination of political forces, but at the end of the day, we have to recognize where this keeps going back to. And it is, guys, I don't give a shit about your tech info. I'm like, when you say a word in chat that pertains to something technological, my eyes just glaze over. I don't care. I will never learn. This really does always come back to fundamentalist Christianity. There's no way around it. I understand there are lots of people on the left who think it's kind of, you know, uh, cringe to be a Reddit atheist. To be honest with you, I'm going to be straightforward. At this point, I think it's cringe to be anything but a Reddit atheist. I don't know how we can maintain that aesthetic distinction in a time like this. We're getting bled out by fundamentalist Christianity. You go, Reddit atheist. I don't care. You go. Whatever. if you're, you do your best, okay? Every cringe Reddit atheist who was screaming about how like the Christards are going to destroy America back in 2010 were completely correct, weren't they? They were all completely correct. It seemed naive at the end of the Bush, beginning of the Obama administration, but now, no, yeah, they were completely, yeah, they were completely correct. I don't give a shit, dude. You grow a neckbeard, you tip your fedora, you weigh 400. I do not, I simply don't care. You were right. You were the hero. You were the prophet. Oh, TJ actually did tweet about this, like today. He's right. You go, TJ. Also true. Look, I think anti-theism is a necessary component of leftist advocacy. I always have. That doesn't mean you can't have leftists who are religious. But I also believe in having leftists who are, I mean, being frank, cops, soldiers, landlords, I don't really care. CEOs, fuck, whatever. I think anyone can be a leftist. I don't believe in gatekeeping the ideology. But just because you share the ideological beliefs doesn't mean there aren't things about what you believe or are that aren't problematic. I would rather have a person who is kind of racist be a leftist than a fascist, or at least leftist in the ways that they can be, despite being a racist. I still want to get rid of the racism. I just think it's important to offer that point of entryism. For religious people, this remains essential. I don't believe in running around screaming at people because they're Christian or if they have a cross necklace, like throwing a rock at them or whatever. That's ridiculous and counterproductive. But religion as an institution remains our enemy. I've spoken about this before. This is the reason why I hate spirituality and mysticism in general. It's that it's impossible to argue against. Completely impossible. Have you ever talked to a fundamentalist Christian? What on earth has given you the impression that they can be swayed? There's nothing there. It's a completely immaterial belief. It's not tied to anything. Sometimes they can be moved, but it's always in the same way that you can move someone from a cult, you know? Like, you don't argue them out of it. It's not a position that they can be wrong on. You kind of have to show them how they're being blocked off from so much of experience of life, and they have to like build that realization themselves. But that's a very unreliable process. How many people actually get brought out like that? Not a lot. And it's often easier to bring people out of regular cults because regular cults don't have that large of membership. um Christianity does. At least fundamentalist Christianity. There are tens of millions of fundies in America. They are a very large demographic, the most powerful in the Republican Party, and they are incredibly dangerous. It is unbelievable. It is insane how dangerous they are. I really do mean it when I say that they might end up being the most dangerous force, political entity that has ever existed in all of humanity's history. Because now, in an era of nukes and climate change, they believe that the world ending is a good thing. And they have the power to do it. Everything that we're experiencing right now, the rollback of our civil rights, is just a precursor to their ultimate goal of establishing a theocratic state which can facilitate the ending of the world to their liking.